sustainability issues, the green issues. How can we make them greener and more sustainable? And there's a stand on the bottom left there. You can see an example of that. So it's that's one of its sort of places where it's been. And kids of all sorts of ages, quite a young one up there, and even younger one in front of them, actually, all wanting to have a go. It's kids, it's so natural for kids to love science and sustainability. You put the two together, it's a natural fit for it's their future. And they love it. So I don't know what happens. I know, okay, we have all sorts of interesting issues in terms of teenage years, but I still think we could work harder to keep them with us, because I still find that kids, it doesn't take a lot to persuade them this is a good place to be. Just some more pictures about some of our work with carbon dioxide and various things. And that picture's gone. How sad. Never mind. This is, okay, so we're going to end up with some cartoons drawn by one of my graduates from a few years ago. And I set him the challenge of saying, okay, I want you to represent in cartoons what you think green chemistry is. And he said, okay. So this is how it was. This is a chemical manufacturing company in the past, the sort of thing you'd see. Well, actually, not a million miles from here. I used to work with a company in Leeds. And until only about 15 years ago, they were still there. And they had a manufacturing site in the middle of a housing estate. You could stand in the manufacturing site and talk to people in their windows. That's how close it was. They were doing, again, any chemist in the audience will love this, hell of a large Zelinsky chemistry. And believe me, the hell bit is very appropriately named. This was chemistry using bromine and phosphorus. And when they eventually got rid of the site, by the way, they found all sorts of waste phosphorus they just buried in an area kids were playing on. This was in the middle of Leeds. This is real stuff. And of course, many places in the world, it's still like this. The pollution's horrendous. It is no way it's environmentally compatible. This is how he thought it was now. It's a bit blander. So you go to the chemical manufacturing sites in Wilton, Teesside area. You go into Cheshire. You go into all sorts of places where they still manufacture chemicals in Western Europe, the US, and so on. It's okay now, The pollution isn't so obvious. The environment, it's kind of the environment surviving around it. It's not bad. You can walk around these places. I can remember the days you wouldn't stand still. You wouldn't dare stand still in the chemical company. The chances are you'd never move again if you did. Your feet would stick to the floor. Don't touch any handles, for God's sake. So it's better, but it's a bit bland. And this is his vision for the future. And this is lovely, you see. No chimney. No need for a chimney because there'll be no pollution. They're going to use everything. He's growing resources there. You can see the plants growing outside, which is fantastic. There is now a town nearby, a village nearby. So people can live close to the chemical site because it's so safe. That's very important. And you'll also note, of course, the sun's come out. Of course it would. And the flower is smiling, you see, because this is what it's all about. This is green chemistry, making chemical manufacturing and all the things we enjoy from chemical manufacturing compatible with the environment. And to me, that is what sustainability is all about. Thank you.